Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good people. Today is Tuesday, November 26, 2024. This week is almost over. We've got tomorrow, Wednesday, then we have Thanksgiving. So, okay, big day. I'm going to Las Vegas. The themo of today is moral virtue is enough. Moral virtue is enough. We'll talk about that later. A little bit later. But our starting point is here we are, Department of Career Services, where our goal is simply to help our students and other interested people on their journey through this life, on the belief that we have a transcendent soul. Coffee isn't quite ready yet. Okay. And how do we do it? We do it through the podcast and we do it through the worksheet. The worksheet is down below. It's on LinkedIn. It's on Facebook. It's on our websites. The worksheet is where the magic happens. The podcast, this podcast serves a very important purpose, and that is to build better habits, because that's the secret. That's the secret. Building better habits. Creating a system, a process within you to create better habits. We do habits all the time. We are kind of like designed to create, we're designed to build habits. Routine, repetition. So the purpose of the podcast, the daily podcast, is to build it into your daily routine. So you get to the point where you don't feel right if you don't do it. Right. So good morning, Wadabevi, hanging on by our fingertips. And Diana Crowley is there. Good morning. Good morning. So, see, it would be an example of Diana just can't stay away no matter how hard she tries. Eventually, she's back, which is good. That's a good thing. I'm not meaning in any way critical whatsoever at all. Ad infinitum, hetza petza, you know the thing. So once again, I have a new morning routine. So on the idea of building better habits. So now I'm getting up. I still wake up at my 4:20. The lights automatically go on in here. My air thing goes on because it's technology now. And then I do 20 minutes of reading. I do my prayers, etc., etc. At 4:40, I get up, get in the shower, shave, contacts, the usual. And now I do my 10-minute full body stretch with Ben Aldis. And then today I did 10 minutes of yoga, chair yoga. Not really a fan of chair yoga. I won't do that again, but I did chair yoga. Tomorrow I'll do arms and light weights. 1, 2, 1, 2. I think Wadabevi remembers those days. Okay, so then I do the podcast, right? Now I'm having coffee, but yesterday Dr. Livinggood said, coconut oil, you have to have coconut oil. So my new routine is adding coconut oil to my coffee. And then why is it coffee? Well, because the other thing is you have to fast. You have to fast. Fasting for, 11, 12 hours is important to do. So, mizzle mazel. So the coffee's okay. Let's see, Diana. I just have to take a time out sometimes to make adjustments in soul searching. Right, soul surfing. Okay, well, so here we are. Our moral virtue is enough. Who said that? Marcus Aurelius. And coincidentally, this is day 2, week 4, in our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Day 2, week 4, and week 4 is leadership. We've done everything. Now we understand life is a journey. We built a boat. We've got a crew for our boat. We're now afloat. We're now out there making things happen. And the goal of the captain of the ship, me, the captain of my ship, is to not wreck the ship, go off course, mutiny, make mistakes, do whatever. My goal is now to be on the journey, proceed on the journey, not waste time on non-journey things. And so yesterday we learned about crisis leadership. We're sailing through the storms of life. How best to navigate through the storms that we will face. That's what we learned from Nancy Kane. Boom, that's this extreme. Today we're going the other extreme. Perfect seas. Okay, these don't last. Storms don't last, and the perfect seas don't last. But here's how to best take advantage of the perfect seas that we have. Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism, moral virtue is enough. We'll come back to that. But it's, again, day 2, week 4. So crisis leadership is day 1. Pure leadership is day 2. The rest of the week is going to be on practical leadership. You're not always going to be in a storm. You're not always going to be in perfect seas. You're going to be alternating, but mostly you're going to be in just day-to-day stuff, the things of dealing with people in life. First Christmas in 26 years with my son and bring in our new beginning together. Okay, cool. Cool, Diana. All righty then. So what do we have for advice from an 80-year-old? Maybe this will help. Be modest. A lot was accomplished before you were born. Right. Mainly what we have is hubris. People think they know everything. People think they know everything. I actually do. No, be modest. A lot was accomplished before you were born. I think the thing is there's this inverse thing. The more you know, the less you know. The people who don't know a lot, that are not well educated, tend to think that they've got it figured out. They understand how life is, and I think that the more you get, that the opposite of that is true. So Elon Musk goes through his day with an attitude of, golly gee, there's just so much I don't know. There's so much I don't know, not ever coming from a position of, I'm an expert at this. That probably only occurs when somebody asks him a question and says, man, you're an expert at this. And he'll, well, yeah, I guess I am an expert at it. I've been doing it long enough. I've been working at it hard enough. I guess I would be considered an expert, but there's just so much I don't know yet. There's so much I'm learning. So much I'm learning about getting to Mars. So much I'm learning about shooting off rockets and retrieving. So much I'm learning about self-driving cars. So much I'm learning about solar energy. So much I'm learning about communication satellites. So much I'm learning about the Boring Company. I think that's how he does it versus, oh, I already know everything. Bible, I already know. Life, I already know it. Your intentions, I already know it. Okay? And I think it's just a case of when you haven't had the benefit of having an education, you don't get how much there is that you don't know and how things are changing. So anyway, descend from soapbox. Wadabevi, how are things in Fort Jacks? Well, Diana, the idea is to get to understand that you don't know and have an orientation of, I'm a student. So in Nancy Kane yesterday, one of the first things was life is my classroom. Always be learning. Life is my classroom. Okay, so what else we got on our hit parade? Steph Godin. So we did advice from an 80-year-old. We did TED Talk. Daily Stoic is red letter. The obstacle is the way. Who said that? Wadabevi. Who said the obstacle is the way? Beautiful day. The obstacle is the way. Stoicism, but who is the Stoic that said it? The obstacle. Marcus Aurelius, correct. The obstacle is the way. It is not that obstacles are bad. Obstacles are the way. There's always things in front of us between us and our goal. The obstacle is the way. We have to get through the obstacle. You skip my messages. Swag. Studying and cleaning. Until then, preparing for Richmond. Beautiful day. Stoicism, Marcus. Okay, I have unskipped your messages. Ye. Okay, ye. Whatever that means. Let's see. Wonder who thinks Memento Mori will be here today. I, for one, hope so. But we shall see. We shall see. Today is a Vegas day. All right. So let's look at what else we have on our worksheet. Seth's blog, Understanding Pricing. That was a long one. Daily Stoic is red letter. TED Talk, Michael Sugra, rest in peace. Talking about Stoicism and Marcus Aurelius. So let's go get to it. Moral virtue is enough. So under Stoicism, the first premise of Stoicism is there are things I can control and things I cannot control. I don't let the things I can't control bother me because I can't control them. So there's no point getting upset about things you can't control. We can't control other people. We can't control the weather. All we really can control is ourself and our attitudes about things, how we choose, as Viktor Frankl would say, Peloton, how we choose to react to things. We always can control how we choose to react, but that's not quite true that we can always control that. We have the ability to always control it, but that's our emotions, controlling our emotions, because as we say here, if you can't control your emotions, don't worry, someone else will, and they'll probably take you out of the game. Right. So you got to learn to control your emotions. But so first premise of Stoicism, there are things I can control, things I cannot control. I don't let the things I can't control bother me because I can't control them. So there's going to be obstacles. I can't control the obstacle, but it's the way. I have to get around the obstacle. When I find the obstacle, I find a way around the obstacle. I go over it, under it, around it, through it, whatever. Okay? Now, moral virtue is enough. So how do you behave? Upon the death of Socrates, philosophy broke into basically three parts. It broke into hedonism, or Epicureanism, the belief of the pursuit of pleasure. And the idea was if you do things that are pleasurable in moderation and you don't interfere on other people's pleasure, then that would be the good life. Try to do that. Lead the good life, pursue enjoyment, in moderation. You don't drink till you pass out. You drink in moderation. You do everything in moderation, all things in moderation, including moderation. Who said that? Hedonism. Next, it doesn't really work because it's too hard to do things that are happy and not interfere with other people's happiness. The next one was skepticism. I really don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything for sure. Well, the problem with that is you question you're skeptical and everything. And it's hard to get things done when everybody's like, what are your motives? I don't know why you're doing this. I don't know what's the point. I don't know if it's true. On individual things, it's a good tool to have in your tool bag, just as Epicureanism, hedonism is a good thing to have in your tool bag. But it's not good to have your only tool is skepticism, always questioning things. I don't really know. How do I know that's true? How do I know you're not? You act, everything shows me that you're an honorable person, but I just don't know. I just don't want to trust. I don't want to have faith. I don't want to believe, because what if? What if you're not? Then I'm going to get burned. I'm going to be embarrassed. I'm going to, whatever. Okay, skepticism, not really good to be the only tool in the tool bag. So the third one was stoicism. And stoicism goes on moral virtue is enough. Just do the right thing at the right time, in the right way, for the right reason. Okay? Do the right thing, right way, right time, right reason. So sometimes we do the right thing for the wrong reason. I thought I was doing this, but I actually did that. So it turned out good. I thought I was stealing the car, but actually when I got it out of the garage burned down. And so I saved the car. I deserve a medal. No, that's not moral virtue. Okay? Doing the right thing in the right way. Okay? At the right time. Well, tomorrow was when I was going to clean my room tomorrow. Okay, doing the right thing. I was going to help my grandmother tomorrow. It's not my fault she fell off the curb and broke her hip. I was going to help her tomorrow. Tomorrow was my day. Okay, no, so that's not moral virtue. You got to do the right thing at the right time, in the right way, for the right reason. And that's all you have to do. When you're going to do something, ask yourself, is this the right thing to do? Is now the time to do it? Doing it this way, is this the right way to do it? And I'm doing it for the right reason. Is this the reason to do that? So that's it. That is it, people. Let me look at the worksheet. Glad you were here. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. As they say. Red Letter, Daily Stoic, Seth Godin. Is a long one. Understanding Pricing, Jordan Peterson, has to do with the truth. Red Letter. Always tell the truth. Just you don't realize how happy you'll be. Always tell the truth. ABC. Always be telling the truth. ABC. Okay, everyone. Have a good day. Diana, glad you were here. Spread the word. What not a bevy. Maybe I can call you between around 8:39 my time, 11:30, 12 your time. How does that sound? As I will be heading to Lost Wages. Cut. Oops. I got to do this first. And cut. Bonk.